Hi there, this is Derek from Pacific Coast Auto. We're at USS Yokohama right now taking a look at just some of the cars that they have around. And today is a bit of a special day because it's a holiday week in Japan, so the auctions are basically closed. As far as I know, USS Yokohama is the only auction that's open today. And they're only at about a third of the amount of cars that they usually have. And so not too many. We're in kind of the sports car section here, so we'll take a look at what they have, what's out there. First thing I noticed, and I just noticed this while walking by, there's a Mark X over here, which I think is a pretty nice car. Toyota JZX chassis car. And this one's got lights on the roof, so I'm wondering if this is an X ghost car or a taxi. Probably taxi, judging by the look of that. And so it's funny, I'm here with a friend, and we were sitting in one of the taxis, and it's really fun because they've got the automatic door openers for the rear. I don't know if this one's got it. It probably does, but I believe in a car this new it would be electronic, and I don't really want to search for it. But yeah, so Mark X Taxi. Probably cooler than the regular taxis that they have here. Many of the taxis are these, the Toyota Crowns, which is also an excellent car. This one here is R32. Since these have become legal to import into the States, they've become really popular. For all of you Americans listening to this, cars in the States need to be 25 years old. I get like at least 5 emails a week saying I want a car that's newer than 25 years old. And these same people, they don't take no for an answer. You know, you say no, it's illegal, and then they say, well, how about this? Well, how about this? And you end up getting 10 emails from these same people. You know, that's a bit of an exaggeration, and it doesn't really take up that much time, but you know, it's pretty easy to find that sort of information out. 25-year-old cars for the US, otherwise almost nothing. There are a few exceptions, but they're very few and far between. So this one here, RB20 inline 6-cylinder engine, looks really filthy in here. Here in the auction you can come and you can open up the cars, start the engines, test them out and stuff if you want. Now, we could start this if we wanted. I don't really want to. S2000 here. We were actually sitting in this one. Really nice Pearl with the CE28s. Is that right? I don't know if I got that wrong. Somebody pointed out in the comments. Skyline, or the G35, I guess it's called outside of this market, on some chrome wheels. Another Skyline, an RX-8, and I do like the RX-8. Fairlady Z. You know what's funny? Both of these cars came out at about the same time. The Fairlady in this particular color of orange, and the RX-8. And this was right about the time when I was really starting to get into cars. I don't know, maybe about 10 years ago, 12 years ago or so. And I always thought, which one would I take? The Fairlady, or would I take the RX-8? And I've driven the Fairlady before. I have not driven an RX-8, but we have sold one and I've poked around at it. And I still find it hard to decide. The rotary engines are so excellent, but I don't really want to own one. And then the Fairlady is not really the kind of car that I could see myself living with. It is good, but it's not really something that I am in love with. And I think that if I buy a car, it needs to be something I'm in love with. Another RX-8 here. Let's see what else is over here. This Skyline, R32, GTST, Aristo. This one's got the really nice exhaust on it. So these are kind of like a luxury Supra because they have the twin turbo 2JZ engine in them. So same engine, I believe a very similar chassis to the Supra. They only come in automatic though. But very nice fit and finish, good car. I don't know what else to say about that. Buy one, they're pretty cheap. You can get a decent one for about $2,000 plus export costs. You can get a really, really nice one for about $4,000. I'm going to turn around and see the other cars over here. It's a Impreza here. That's what the Imprezas here look like now. Mazda something. I think it's a Tenza or Alexa or something. It's a Mazda 3 outside of Japan. Here's a fun car. If you look really closely, you can see my friend in the car. We have not bought one of these cars yet. We buy mountains and mountains of the GC8. But almost all of them go to Canada because, you know, people outside of Canada don't really care for the Imprezas as much as they do in Canada. And then these ones aren't importable yet because Canada, they need to be 15 years old. These ones are pretty cheap. I think a car like this, I haven't checked the condition of it, but I think a car like this will probably run about $5,000 or so. Maybe about $6,000. Lots of crowns in here today. Fair lady here. Now I showed the other orange one. I have to say that these ones, kind of the late spec, are a better looking car, and I believe most of that comes from the hood, which is kind of a throwback to the original Fair Ladies or the 240Zs. 240Z is definitely a car I could go for. What else do we have back here? Another S2000. Another Skyline. Like I said, this auction is much smaller than usual. Usually about 6,000 cars at this auction. Today I believe it's just below 2,000. Okay, well, I'm going to leave it here and close up the video. I might take another video downstairs, but we'll see, depending on how interesting the cars are down there. So, thank you for watching. Check out my website, it's in the description of the video. We are an auction agent. You can buy cars from Japan and export them to many of the countries. Some countries you can't. And keep in mind the US needs to be 25 years old. Thank you for watching and have a great day.